My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. The scripture does not say that people are destroyed for lack of faith or lack of prayer or because the devil is too strong. No, the lack of knowledge is what is causing people, and believers in particular, to fail and to struggle or to perish. Have you felt like you are trying all you can in your finances, but it's just not coming together? With all the prayers and all the good intention in the world, it's just not coming together. Maybe this is because there is a lack of knowledge. There is a void. There is something that you don't know. In today's session, I just want to talk to you about the basics of financial management and multiplication. We obviously spend time going into detail in different things, different assets, different tools, different types of bank accounts, different ways of doing things. But if you want to summarize financial management all together from beginning to end, Genesis to Revelation, A all the way through to Z, it is summed up in these three things that you need to know in detail. Number one is about budgeting and managing your money. I've talked about this before. I've talked about it separately. It's about budgeting, and that is, i.e., allocating your income, making sure that you are aware of what's coming in and you are aware of where it is going, who it's going to, how much is going out, how often is it going out. Number two is about your savings and making sure that you are intentional. It's one thing to say, I have enough income to pay for all my expenses, but it's another thing to say, from my income, I am going to take this amount and I'm going to put it away into this kind of bank account or this kind of place so that I can save it for my future self. I can save it for my future needs. I can save it for my children. I can save it for a rainy day, whatever your reason may be for savings. And I've talked about this before in the past about the minimum types of saving, 3 minimum types of savings accounts you should have. You can go and check out that video when you get a moment. The third thing in terms of managing your money and encapsulating A to Z or money management. Yes, we've talked about budgeting. 2 is about saving, but number 3 is about investing wisely. Investing wisely. Again, we move from the level of just saving it into a savings account and say, I'm waiting for a rainy day, or if a rainy day comes, I've got something saved. We move from that point to the point of I am investing it. I'm going to put my money to work. I'm going to put it in a business. I'm going to put it in the stock market. I'm going to put it in a venture. I'm going to do whatever it is with this money so that interest or return, capital gains can come to me by this money. This is what we talk about, putting your money to work, making your money work for you. You are not working with your budgeting. This is you managing your active income, i.e. the money that you get up and you go to work to make. With saving, you're saving from your active income. Now, when it comes to multiplication and investing, what you are doing is the money you've already made, you're getting that money to make more money for you. And when that money is making more money for you, you can either spend it, you can save it, you can invest it, you can do the whole thing all over again. You can begin to budget it. I've talked about how you can budget, how you can save. So go and watch those videos. This year, I want us to move from just vaguely knowing about certain topics to actually knowing them in detail. So you're going to stick with me on business, faith, and finance. And beyond me, you're going to look for those resources that will give you everything you ever needed to know about budgeting. And you're going to look for those resources that talk about everything you ever needed to know about savings and everything you ever needed to know about investing. Of course, you don't necessarily have to know everything all by yourself in one go, but as you reach out for different resources, different professionals. For example, for those who have debt that you're trying to get away, did you know that there are different ways that you can get rid of your debt or ways that you can attack your debt? You can start, for example, with the lowest interest debt, and you start to work your way through, making sure that you pay off the one with the lowest amount that is owed. For example, let's say you have a credit card of 5K, a credit card of 1K, a loan of 10K, and other things. You would start with the lowest one, the credit card of 5K or the credit card of 1K. You would start with that one. As you pay that off, you would then move to the next one that has a higher amount. Or you can start with something called the avalanche method. The avalanche method focuses on the level of interest. And so you focus on the the credit that has the highest interest. Whatever has the highest interest, you begin to pump all your money, all your excess money to take care of that. And then you work down to the next one, the next one, the next one, and the one that has the least amount of interest. So there are different ways. In terms of savings accounts, for those of us who are in the UK, there are things like the ISA. The ISA allows you to gain your savings without having to pay tax on the gains. And there are things like the cash ISA. There is the stocks and shares ISA. There is a lifetime ISA if you want to buy a property and you're a first-time buyer, or you want to save towards your retirement. All of these different types of savings accounts have different pros and cons, different benefits. Of course, you can also just put it in a fixed term savings account, which will give you a higher rate of interest. So many different things on each of these pillars. But like I said, the fundamentals from A to B is summarized in either budgeting and managing, in saving, or in investing. I want to leave you with this. I want you to know that as a Christian, your faith does not cancel your responsibility. Your wisdom will protect your future, and your financial freedom is built. It is not wished for. I hope that's made sense, and I look forward to talking to you in other videos about each topic in more detail. That has been Business, Faith and Finance with Benedicta.